Hello students, welcome to chapter number 4 United Nations, subject Political Science, standard 9, part 2. In the earlier part we talked about role, duties and functions of United Nations, objectives of United Nations, structure and function of United Nations, in which we talked about main organs of United Nations, General Assembly, Security Council, Social and Economic Council. So let's continue with the lesson. The next main organ of United Nations is Secretariat. Now let us understand the structure of the Secretariat. The Secretariat has the responsibility of carrying out the administrative task of the United Nations. It is headed by Secretary General. Secretariat is elected by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the Security Council. What are the functions of the Secretariat? Its function is to call international conferences on global problems like climate, human rights, disarmaments. Disarmaments means reduction or withdrawal of military forces and weapons. To organize the meetings of General Assembly and Security Council is also the function of a secretariat. To compile information and to supply information to the media. Compile information means to keep records of all the information, and whatever decisions are taken by the United Nations has to be broadcasted to the world. This is the work of the Secretariat. It has to supply information to the media. Now next we are going to talk about International Court of Justice. International Court of Justice is located at The Hague in the Netherlands. Now, this International Court of Justice is a judicial branch of the United Nations. It consists of 15 judges which are elected by the General Assembly on the recommendation of Security Council for a period of 9 years. So, what are the functions of International Court of Justice? It is to settle the dispute between two or more member nations of the United Nations. It is to interpret international law authentically and to advise the various organs or subsidiary bodies of the United Nations about legal issues. International Criminal Court. International Criminal Court is an intergovernmental organization and an international tribunal. Tribunal means a body established to settle certain dispute. So, International Criminal Court is an intergovernmental organization and an international tribunal. Its headquarters are at The Hague in the Netherlands. International Criminal Court has its jurisdiction to prosecute individuals, that means punish individuals for international crimes of genocide. Genocide means mass killing, killing of large number of people, and crimes against humanity and war crimes. Trusteeship Council, the sixth main organ of United Nations. After the Second World War, the territories that were undeveloped were placed under the responsibility of the developed nations. These territories were regarded as the trust territories. The developed nations were supposed to help bring about the development of the trust territories, and once they attain independence from their colonies, the work of the Trusteeship Council is over as there is no trust territories left. The work of the Trusteeship Council ended when Palau got independence on 1st November 1994. Palau is an island in the Pacific Ocean 500 meters east of Philippines. Let us understand the working of the specialized agency UNICEF and UNESCO. UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund. This organization works towards making nutritious food and health care available to children. It has organized many workshops in India to find out measures to overcome malnutrition among babies and children. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. This organization works towards peace and security in the world. It does so by promoting cooperation between member countries in the fields of education, science and culture. Millennium Development Goals. In the year 2000, member nations of the United Nations decided development goals for the new millennium. They are to eliminate poverty and hunger, to make availability of primary education and bring about facilities for the same, to bring about women's empowerment, to reduce infant mortality rate, to take special care of the health of pregnant women, to fight diseases like AIDS, malaria, etc., to protect environment and to increase the cooperation between developed and developing countries. So these were the goals that the member nations wanted to achieve in the year 2000. United Nations and preservation of peace. The main objective of the United Nations is to settle international conflicts peacefully. The United Nations Charter lays down the ways and means to be employed to achieve this goal. It is trying to make efforts to ensure that violence does not erupt in strife-torn areas and normalcy is restored at the earliest. Strife-torn area means the areas that are divided by violent conflict, and the United Nations makes effort to bring normalcy at the earliest in such areas. It does so by starting schools, creating awareness among the people about human rights, make social, economic, political facilities available, conduct elections, etc. It includes appointing an intermediary acceptable to the nations involved in the conflict. Intermediary means a person who acts as a link between two nations and bring about an agreement. They even use the legal procedure. They even appoint an arbitrator. Arbitrator is an important person or an organization or a group appointed to resolve conflict, to solve the dispute, and if needed, to take recourse to military means and ensure that conflict will not occur again. United Nations peacekeeping. The peacekeeping activity of the United Nations involves in creating circumstances favorable for bringing about permanent peace in the strife-torn areas. The peacekeeping forces are sent to these areas to restore normalcy. And the other supplement activities of the United Nations peacekeeping are prevention of conflict and mediation, actually establishing peace, implement the measures of protecting peace and peace building. Lastly, let us understand India's participation in United Nations. India is a founder member of the United Nations. India has raised the issues like decolonization, disarmament, racism, and issues of the developing country on the platform of United Nations. Decolonization means the process of withdrawing from a colony, removing its control from the colonized country and leaving it independent. Like how Britishers were ruling our country India, and when they left our country India became independent. Disarmament means reduction or withdrawal of military forces and weapons. That is, do not promote arms and ammunitions in the case of conflict. So India has raised the issues like decolonization, disarmament, racism, and issues of the developing country on the platform of the United Nations. It was the first country to raise the question of racism in 1946. It had also sent a troop to participate in the United Nations peacekeeping forces. India has even sent an all-women peacekeeping force as well. India makes serious efforts to solve international conflict by peaceful means. So with this we end our chapter number 4, United Nations, wherein we talked about the objective, duties, structure and functioning of the United Nations and understood the main objective behind the setup of United Nations organization, which was to maintain world peace and security. Thank you.